burnt, carbonized, fragile as shadow, yet inside lost Greek texts. In AD 79, Mount Vesuvius erupted and buried the Roman town of Herculaneum in volcanic ash and pumice. But within the ash lay a treasure, hundreds of papyrus scrolls locked in carbonized darkness for nearly 2,000 years. Today, cutting-edge technology is finally reading the unreadable. Herculaneum was no ordinary town. Among its ruins lay the villa of Lucius Calpurnius, Piso Cissoninus, Julius Caesar's father-in-law. And in that villa was something extraordinary, a private library, one of the most important collections of philosophical texts from the ancient world. The library belonged to a collector of Greek philosophy. Hundreds of papyrus scrolls, works by Philodemus, Epicurus, and other masters of thought, were carefully arranged in wooden cubbies, waiting to be read by Roman scholars. Then came the eruption. In a single catastrophic moment, Vesuvius unleashed a pyroclastic surge, a wall of superheated ash and gas traveling at nearly 100 miles per hour. The temperature was so intense it dehydrated everything it touched, turning the scrolls not to ash, but to charcoal, carbonized, blackened, impossibly fragile. What happened next was a paradox. The same intense heat that destroyed so much also preserved these scrolls in a state of near-perfect stasis. They were sealed in ash, protected from oxygen and decay. But they were also sealed shut, literally. The papyrus had contracted so severely that the scrolls were fused together, a solid block of carbonized paper. For nearly 17 centuries, these scrolls lay hidden. Then, in the 1750s, excavators found them. But there was a cruel problem. If anyone tried to open them, they would crumble to dust. The texts inside were so close, yet impossibly far away. A man named Antonio Piaggio took on the challenge. He spent decades, literally decades, trying to unroll these scrolls using brushes, needles, and infinite patience. He managed to read fragments, pieces of words, tantalizing glimpses of lost philosophy. But the work was destructive. Many scrolls were damaged beyond recovery in the attempt. The treasure chest remained mostly locked. For centuries, the scrolls remained in their vaults, a monument to human curiosity and human limitation. Scholars could only wonder what lost works lay within. Lost plays, lost philosophy, possibly even texts from the earliest days of Christianity, written in the very century of Christ. But in the last few years, everything changed. Scientists realized that carbonization left a signature, a microscopic layer of soot-based ink that was chemically different from the charred papyrus around it. If they could image that ink, they could read the text without ever touching the scroll. And they had the technology to do it. Enter the particle accelerator. Researchers at the Diamond Light Source in the UK pointed a beam of X-rays at the carbonized scrolls. Not ordinary X-rays, but synchrotron radiation, millions of times more powerful. These X-rays penetrated the darkness of the charred papyrus and revealed the hidden ink beneath. But the raw X-ray data was still just shadows and noise. That is where artificial intelligence entered. Machine learning algorithms, trained on thousands of known ancient texts, learned to recognize patterns in those shadows. Patterns that spelled out letters, letters that formed words, words that revealed meaning. This was called the Vesuvius Challenge, a competition, a collaboration, a race to virtually unroll these scrolls using new imaging and artificial intelligence. And in 2023, it worked. The first words appeared on screen, Greek letters carefully arranged, spelling out fragments of philosophy. The lock was breaking. One of the first complete words to emerge was porphyros, purple. Then came titles. Then came a full scroll name, a work by the philosopher Philodemus titled On Vices, a text that had been lost, unread, unseen for nearly 2 millennia. Now it was becoming visible again. this is only the beginning. Researchers believe there are hundreds of scrolls still waiting. Philosophical treatises, historical accounts, possibly texts written in the 1st century of Christianity from the very region where those beliefs were spreading. Each scroll is a potential window into the ancient world. Imagine, what if we find a lost dialogue by Plato? What if we discover new arguments in Epicurean philosophy? What if a scroll contains eyewitness accounts of Roman life that we have never seen before? The possibilities are staggering. The technology is also opening new doors for archaeology. These same techniques, synchrotron imaging and machine learning, can now be applied to other carbonized documents from around the world. Herculaneum is not the only place where heat has locked away knowledge. The same method could rescue texts from Pompeii, from burnt libraries in other civilizations, from any place where fire and time have conspired to hide the truth. What makes this story so compelling is that it is not just about reading old books. It is about the triumph of human curiosity over physical limits. For nearly 2,000 years, these scrolls were a locked door. Now we are finding the keys, not with destructive force, but with light, with intelligence, with collaboration across continents and disciplines. The real question now is not whether we can read the scrolls. We can. The question is, what will they tell us? What lost voices, lost arguments, lost stories are waiting in that ash? And how many other locked libraries are we still missing, just waiting for the right technology to reveal them? The scrolls of Herculaneum remind us of something essential. Knowledge wants to survive, even when buried under a mountain of ash, even when carbonized to darkness. The texts of ancient philosophers, the records of ancient lives, they endure. And as long as we have the will to seek them, the tools to find them, they will speak to us across the centuries. This is the power of Herculaneum. It is not just a tomb of ancient Rome. It is a library of lessons, a warning, a promise that even our darkest chapters, even our greatest losses, even the things we think are lost forever, may yet be recovered if we have the courage to look. The past is speaking. Help us listen by liking, commenting, and subscribing for ongoing updates from Herculaneum. What lost ancient text would you most want to see recovered? Tell us in the comments. Thank you for exploring the mysteries of the past with Parchment